Wow. Where do we even start from? How do we begin to say goodbye to everyone? Maybe we should go back to where it all started. About 2.5 years ago, when we started our very long 25-hour journey to get here, we thought to ourselves, how different is it going to be down under? Okay, so the accent is a bit strange, and people may be more chilled, but needless to say, there were a lot of things we needed to learn. So we came up with a list for you. Number 1, weather is a legitimate and fun conversation to have with a fellow Kiwi.
Number 2, if you want to go shopping, go somewhere else, because here every shop closes at 4 p.m. and work finishes between 4:30 and 5.
Number 3, conversations with our neighbors go on for hours about who knows what, just so that at the end they can make their point. Yeah, guys, can you try to keep it down a bit on Friday nights? Every week you guys have crazy parties going on.
Rugby is the official religion.
5, when the weather's good, everyone's at the beach, so shul's empty. When the weather's bad, everybody's home, so again, shul's empty. Except if there's a praying potato head showing on.
Number 6, what's up with badges? Why can't people just call it beach house or something else that makes sense?
Number 7, we thought New Zealand has loads of water compared to Israel, but really, we discovered it's filled with a lot more of coffee, to such an extent that if you want to meet, you just say, sit for coffee. Coffee.
But all jokes aside, there's something special and unique about New Zealand, and specifically this community. Something that we'll always miss and cherish, and no, it's not the kosher lamb, it's the feeling of family. And for that, and even though the community is quite small and spread out, there's always a feeling of togetherness. You have made us feel part of this amazing family, and for that, we are truly grateful. Yet, that doesn't mean that there weren't challenges on the way. It is known that the Chafetz Chaim, who was an important rabbi from the 19th century, saw that the world was imperfect and wanted to make a change. He decided to travel all around the world and spread the word, spread his good deeds, and try to influence other people. After a while, he realized that it's impossible to change the whole world. And he decided, I'll go for something smaller. He decided, I'll try to influence my country. He tried, and as you may guess, he failed as well. He decided if I can't influence my country, I'll try at least to influence my town, my city. He tried, and again failed. He went to his community, and then to his family. Even his family wasn't able to change. So what he decided was that instead of trying to change others, he would try to change himself. And sure enough, he decided to start doing good deeds, not talking bad about anyone, even behind their backs, and just, influencing himself. And sure enough, after he spread the good deeds in himself, that started influencing his family, which slowly influenced his town and his country. And as you may guess, it didn't end there. His influence was spread all over the world, and even today, many people around the world study his books, learn from his wisdom, and try to become better people. This idea of the Chafetz Chaim's desire to change the world is so relevant to what we've experienced these past few years. We've seen this in so many different situations, when people here want to see an instant change, want things to be better. If it's Jewish education, if it's shul attendance, if it's youth programs. However, maybe we must learn from the Chafetz Chaim that what comes easily goes easily. We want to talk a bit about how we've experienced this in 2 different programs that we developed. We've already heard a bit about it before, but the first program we want to talk about is LMP, which has really been something important for us. And as it was said before, LMP stands for Lemon and Pagoa. But really, what made it world famous in New Zealand is learning and practicing. And I don't know if we've heard this before, but LMP started from only 3 people 2 and a bit years ago. And I'm sure you're all aware of this wonderful success. To take a minute and look back at the whole process and then appreciate what LMP became today is truly unbelievable. It all started slowly, trying to make Jewish learning fun, yummy, and approachable to all youth and young adults. Since that first time with those 3 people, we have grown tremendously. to such an extent that at the LMPCU, we had over 100 people participate. But you know, to us, LMP is a lot more than that. LMP is something that we should all learn from, because we never cared about the numbers of people participating. To us, what was important is that every single week, and this is something that everyone here should be proud of, every single week, the youth of this community, instead of staying home, watching a movie, or just doing whatever, nothing, decided to go and learn Torah, learn other Jewish learning. Then people ask, where's the Judaism in the community? It was right here, and each and every one of the LMP participants, and we've calculated this, have spent in the last 2 and a bit years 250 hours enjoying Jewish learning. This is the essence, like we spoke about at our LMP barbecue party. The goal to achieve success is commitment. That's what we learned from LMP.
The second program I want to talk about, which Anne already brought up, is the Sydney Telecom. One of our main goals was to put New Zealand on the map. This led us to our first overseas relationship, which was between Nakiva New Zealand and Nakiva Sydney, which was the famous Sydney Shifra, as you've all heard. We had a lot of challenges: financial, willingness, finding a good date for both youth movements, parent support, and World Nakiva support. At the beginning, it did seem like an impossible mission. However, you've all heard, on April 2013, a group of 8 New Zealanders flew off to an experience of a lifetime. And soon, we built a strong relationship that hopefully will last. But that wasn't enough. We wanted this connection to continue and be an annual thing. So on May 2014, B'nai Akiva Sydney came here to the Jewish community in Auckland, New Zealand. And of course, our hope is that it will continue also next year, and it will be the 3rd time in a row. Like the Hebrew phrase, Shalosh Pamim Kedidam. But that's the next Shlichut challenge. The important thing to remember is that this put New Zealand on the map. World B'nai Akiva was so amazed that they encouraged other branches around the world to do the same. And sure enough, B'nai Akiva San Francisco and B'nai Akiva LA enjoyed a joint weekend together and many more. This brings us to our final point: to continue dreaming your whole life, no matter how small and far you are from the rest of the world.
In this week's parsha, we read about Joseph, the dream solver. I always wondered to myself if there's something like that, someone like that today, that can actually solve dreams. And can it really come true? Seems weird. But one of the biggest questions is, why is the Torah telling us about Joseph's ability? What does this teach us? The commentaries bring an interesting idea regarding the whole aspect of dreams. They say that it all goes according to the solution. What does that mean? How does that make sense? You may ask. But what they're really trying to say is that we can determine our future. How? For example, if we have 2 different people who have experienced an unfortunate event, one person can take it and just give up. The other person can take it as a challenge and succeed. We all have challenges in life. We can't prevent them. But the question is how we deal with them. So really, this is what we learned from being here in New Zealand, and what we hope will continue. And especially in New Zealand, where it really rains a lot, and I think it's planning to rain the whole week, we must remember that life is not about waiting for the storm to pass, but it's about learning to dance in the rain.
Now to our final thank yous. Truthfully, I find it very hard to thank all of you, since each and every one of you who's standing here today deserves a personal thank you. But first of all, we'd like to thank everyone here. We arrived in a brand new place with new people, but nonetheless, you are always welcome within the community. To those of you who invited us into our homes, into your homes, into your families, to those of you who are always there to support us, to hear us rant about our crazy ideas for projects, and to push us forward, for trusting us to be part of your children's education, and so much more. We want to take this opportunity and thank 2 very special organizations, which we were lucky enough to be officially shlichim of. First of all, to the AHC, for letting us roll with some of our big and sometimes insane ideas, and always trusting in us. Specifically, we want to thank Garth and Raman, who made working with them so easy. And they both put a lot of their personal time to making the Shlichut here in Auckland work. So we want to leave the AHC with a small gift from us. thank you goes to the amazing Bnei Akiva New Zealand Madrichim. You are all such a great example and inspiration to the kids and youth here of what it means to be committed to your Judaism and your Zionism. We feel honored that we got to work with 3 cycles of Madrichim and get to know you all on a work level and a personal level. We want to take this opportunity to leave you with something that would hopefully give you a nice start to the next coming year of Bnei Akiva, an activity that would bring you all together for some well-earned fun times. So can we have, please, both Lachey Snifim, Sarah and Dan come up to get the games. As hard as it is to say goodbye, we know that the special relationship is not ending here. Yes, we will be miles and miles away, but we hope you all know that just like you had a place for us here in New Zealand, when you come and visit Israel, which we hope you all will do, you will have a place with us in our home. And since we really don't want to ruin any previous Shlichut traditions, there are magnets on the tables that you can keep on your fridge and look at our beautiful faces every day. So enjoy.
Thank you very much.